You know that old saying, one step forward, two steps back? Well, check this out. I'm driving a farm truck. My exhaust system rotted off again. I got a 2007 Dodge Mega Cab Cummins diesel, and the first time the exhaust rotted out, it was behind the resonator. The next thing to rot out was my muffler, and I eliminated the muffler. Now my exhaust system broke off in front of the resonator. The first time I took another piece of pipe and cut it down, stuck it inside and welded to it and repaired that. And like I say, we just removed the muffler, and now I just had the pipe break off before the resonator. So besides that, today might be a good day, I'm not sure. I am on my way to an old friend's house, and he has an Empire 30 by 40 sandblast cabinet. So I'm on my way over there to take a look at that. I'll try to get some video. I don't know how funny he is with people videotaping at his property or anything like that, but I'm going to try to get some video. I'm just going to look at it, make sure I got the right air compressor for it, see if it's worth, going after, and if the price is right. So yeah, Empire 30 by 40 sandblast cabinet. That sure will help on doing some tractors and stuff like that, because right now I'm putting about, I don't know, 200 pounds of sand on the ground every time we do a tractor. So like I say, if I get any video over there, I will show it to you. I'm gonna turn this thing off and get back to trucking with my farm truck. All right guys, we're all loaded up. We're gonna take this thing along home with us. Guys, I didn't want to do a whole lot of videotaping while I was there. It's somebody else's property, and he has a lot of nice stuff around there, so I didn't want to do a whole lot of videotaping. He actually repairs jukeboxes. So he had a shed full of jukeboxes. Pretty cool stuff. But this thing's following me home, and that's a good thing. We got her loaded up. It's heavier than damn quinine, but we got her loaded up. We're headed home, and like I say, I didn't want to do a whole lot of taping there to his house, just because he has a whole lot of neat stuff out there, and didn't want to expose that. So here I go in the farm truck, and we'll be home in a little bit. All right, guys, let me explain what I got on the trailer right now. So when we redid the 1964 Farmall Cub, we had a little pot sandblaster. And if anybody messes with bodywork, you know what that does. If you don't mess with bodywork, a pot sandblaster blows sand across metal and strips the paint off down to bare metal. But in the process, you get a big pile of sand in your yard somewhere, unless you have some place set up specifically for that. Well, what I got on the trailer right now is a very large blast cabinet. You can use sand, or you can use glass beads. So on the trailer, that is a blast cabinet. The inside dimensions on this one are 30 inches by 40 inches by probably 40 inches. I'm not sure the height. So what this is going to enable us to do, it's going to enable us to put all of the parts, or most of the parts, inside the cabinet, and then sandblast it. The sand goes down to the bottom of the cabinet and gets recycled. So you don't just make one big pile of sand out in your yard, you actually reuse the sand that you're sandblasting with. So yeah, we got a sandblaster on the trailer, and man, I am tickled to death. I'd like to thank the gentleman that I bought it from, because he gave me a heck of a price on it, and we're taking this thing home in the farm truck. This thing sounds like a farm truck. See ya. So we're home with this sandblaster, and as you can see, I kind of moved everything around my garage to accommodate this. So at this time, we'll walk over here and take a look at it. That is the dust collector bag. This is the top cover, and I'll show you why I have that off. So when I got it, I was informed that the solenoid valve was not working. The solenoid valve is from the air source, and there's a pedal that you push to open the solenoid valve. So when you have your hands in this thing, you turn the reclaimer on, you turn the light on, and then when you're ready to sandblast, you have a little foot pedal. You push down on that foot pedal and air comes out of that back hose, and then the sand gets sucked out of the green hose. And this is for your hands, of course. So yeah, it works on a vacuum or a suction system. So I'm going to try to show you this. If anybody knows what a solenoid valve is, they'll know that when you pull this off, there should be a plunger inside there, and there is no plunger inside there. So that was that's why it didn't work. So somebody had a problem somewhere and they pulled the plunger out. That way the air would be on all the time. As soon as you connected air down there, air would come out here and you'd be sandblasting. It has a regulator on it. The regulator just regulates the pressure for the little hand hose. I can open this up and we'll show you. So this is the little hand hose. I guess that's, you know, for blowing sand off your project if it gets on there. But the foot valve controls air to this, which siphons, there it is, that's the word I was looking for, siphons the sand out of here. This thing is in great shape. And for what they cost new and for what I paid for it, man, I am just, I'm tickled to death. The dog is elated. But you can see it has a light switch, it has a reclaimer, and the reclaimer, I have the hose off of it right now. The hose just kind of sucks the sand back up inside and drops it in there so you can reuse it. And then the exhaust comes out into that great big bag over there. And when I get it all put together, I'll show you how that all works. And in case you're stupid, there's the inlet, there's the outlet. So they give you a fail-safe description there. So right now I have, this is the air that goes to the siphon, and it had the solenoid valve in line here. I took that out because I need to get a new solenoid valve, and I want to check a few of the other things out down here. It's just a water separator, and I'm not sure what the other thing is. So I'll go ahead and turn this reclaimer on. Pretty badass if you ask me. So I'll drag this ladder over here, show you what we got up top. So on the door, well, I'll start over here. On the door, they have a safety switch. So when the door is closed, this makes contact inside up top here, and that allows it to work. This thing's pretty old, so I'm sure the door switch doesn't work anymore, and that's pretty prevalent when you come up top here and see that they cut the wires, and then they just put these two together, didn't put a wire nut on it or anything. And all that is to close that circuit so that way you know, the sandblast will work. These two wires right here, they are for the solenoid valve. So not only did they take the center out of the solenoid valve, they also disconnected the wires. So I got to figure out where they go, and I'm pretty sure it goes here and here. I'm not sure what the transformer is for, but it has a wire coming off with nothing hooked to it. So we got a couple of wiring, not issues, just wiring jobs to complete, and a solenoid valve to buy, and we should be in business. We don't have any media right now. I think I'm going to go with glass bead media. In the past, with my little pot sandblaster, I used garnet. You can buy garnet at like Tractor Supply. That's what we were dealing with. So we're on a whole different level right now, and you can see that thing's wore right out. I need a new tip in there. So that's what we were sandblasting with out in the yard, wasting all the sand, and this is what we're going to be working with on this next tractor. Built-in gloves, big door, big window, lights on the inside, blow nozzle in case you need to blow stuff off, and one heck of a setup. So I'd like to thank Bill Vickers for for getting rid of this thing and allowing me to buy it from him, as well as John Vickers for turning me on to his dad. And we were just talking about it at work, and I said, yes, we just picked up another tractor. I got a lot of sandblasting to do. And he said, my dad has a cabinet, and that's how it went from there. So here it is. It is in the Redneck Manufacturing Workshed. And as you can see, this place is an absolute disaster. Plasma cutter, welder, and just all kinds of stuff sitting around here. But as soon as we get that thing repaired, I'm sure we'll get everything back in order, and we'll be underway on the 1953 Farmall Cub. And as you can see, it definitely is going to be sandblasted at some point. Guys, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. I hope my videos aren't real boring. I hope you enjoy what you watch. I think I'm going to tear apart my cultivator that I made, sandblast them up, get them primed up. And I think I'm going to put the cultivators themselves on eBay. Help pay for this sandblaster. So say goodbye to the dog. Sit. Shake. Good boy. And we'll talk to you later.